Hey, good afternoon, everybody. JT in the studio here with Dan the Man as well, joining us today here
Hola.
on the Studio 10-4 Live weekly update. And it is our first one here for October, official one for October, because we did have our Happy 10-4 Day special live update yesterday morning, which was cool because, man, there's $10. There's $10-4 out there. There's $10-4 out there, money to be had. And if you played yesterday, I'm going to just tell you this: you won. If you played, somebody won. Not everyone, because not everybody played the way you're supposed to, and you had to follow directions. So what's happening, Dan? It looks like you're, the Martha Stewart look going on back there behind you, man. It looks awesome. I love it.
Well, I'm always trying to keep it fresh, be somewhere different all the time. So now I'm in the backyard.
Here it is.
Beautiful evening here in Central California. I'm in the shade. I'm enjoying it. It's very nice out here.
Yeah, it's this is our time of year, right? I mean, this in spring we have this nice days where 80, 85, maybe 50, 60 at night. It's just a whole different deal from 115 and just intolerable. So
absolutely.
Just good time of year to be out doing what we're doing. So happy 10-4 day after.
Happy day after 10-4. Absolutely. Happy Cinco de Octobre.
Right. Exactly, man. We had some fun yesterday. It was a great celebration day. In fact, cheers to everybody that played along and joined us in our 10-4 celebration. This will be one of the things that the winner will get is this one-of-a-kind special release 10-4 magazine mug.
Mm-hmm.
And as demonstrated yesterday when it had coffee in it, kept the coffee warm. Today, that ain't coffee in there. I think you can hear the ice. Do you hear the ice cubes? Yeah. They're in there swimming around. So it's it may be an adult beverage. But hey, I want to talk about the contest because I want to announce our winner. And first, I want to say thanks to everybody that played. Man, you guys are great sports. We had this thing posted up all over the place, and you guys jumped in, and some of you did what you were supposed to do, and you were the ones that made it to the opportunity to win. And speaking of winning, here's what was available. You get a lifetime subscription to 10-4 magazine, along with 2 t-shirts.
What? Lifetime?
What? Lifetime. Never again will you have to write to anybody at 10-4, probably Shannon, and say, I want to renew my subscription. Shannon's just going to go, there's our lifer. I've got a bar here in town. I've got a lifer card to the bar. You just made lifer to 10-4. Okay.
Pretty big deal. Yep.
Pretty big deal. Also, here's another big deal. This is a big deal right here. You're going to get $10-4. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
That's $104. $10-4. You're going to get that. You're going to get the travel mug we were showing you just a minute ago. We also have
only available previously to 10-4 employees and contributers.
Seriously, you're part of the team. Yeah, you can show this at any show and it'll get you something. I don't know what.
You know what? I'll tell you what. If whoever won, you bring it to a show, we'll fill it. We'll fill it with something.
With something. You might be getting some of these too, some coasters.
Yep.
Other miscellaneous. Oh, wait a minute. Miscellaneous swag. So we got just different and TFK swag too. So and those TFK shirts, man, those to us are like the In and Out shirts are to everybody else in Southern California. There's one shirt a year that's issued. It's the special one. Everybody waits for it, and there it is. That's a TFK shirt. So we got a few of those around still, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But that's what you get from us now. From 4 State Trucks, who partnered with us on this whole deal, they are giving up $100 gift card, Chrome Shop Mafia hoodie, a beanie, and a long sleeve t-shirt, because we're kind of heading into that weather. And the further east you go, probably the cooler it's going to be getting sooner than here. But you'll be enjoying that. So what we need to do now, and I'm going to bring the winner up because I'm going to go right to the thread and show you who that person is. And I'm excited about who this is because this person shows up. They showed up at Souza. I think they showed up in Red Bluff. Were they at Red Bluff, Dan? Do you remember? I think they were. And Trucking for Kids. So this is a West Coast fan of 10-4 magazine and one of our favorite people. And with that, I'm announcing the winner, Cindy Stegman Del Rio. What's going on? You are the winner of our 10-4 day promotion. Congratulations. All that. Look at that.
Congratulations, Cindy.
Holding up that great magazine cover right there of C.G. Souza and the December 21 edition. That is awesome. So look at the hat she's wearing. Did you see the hat? She's wearing a
Liquid
Liquid
Mafia.
Mafia.
All right. Yeah. She's
She
just
was
covering all the bases.
she was playing them all on us. I think so. Cindy. So Cindy, I hope you hear us calling your name out, and you know that you're the winner. We'll get a hold of you one way or the other. In fact, Cindy was on with us yesterday, so I think she paid close attention on how to win. But that was it. All we asked was get a picture of the magazine. If you have a truck, get a picture of the magazine in your truck, or just get us a picture of the magazine, and we're happy either way. So congratulations, Cindy. Way to go. You're the winner of the 10-4 day promotion and all that great stuff. Bunch of people joining in. What's going on, everybody? Tom Feedy's in the house. 10-4 cover man.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Shan. All right, man. And Miss Jean.
Hey, Jean.
How are you doing? Doing good. Right on. Well, let's talk a little bit more. And again, I like this part, man. This right here tells me you just bought 10-4 just bought somebody something really cool with 10-4 bucks. So Cindy, go spend your 10-4 bucks. You're going to get a nice little gift there to go buy yourself something personal. I was talking about TFK a little bit. So let's talk about TFK a little bit, where I guess we're getting close to knowing what we did, and we don't have numbers exactly yet, but we're getting close, right, Dan?
Yeah, we have some numbers. We're just not letting them go yet because we're letting a few more donations trickle in. And
yeah,
we're definitely getting to a point where we're about to announce, what we're going to donate. And we're pretty excited about it, but want to make that donation to Shriners with a big check and get a picture of that and then post it from there. And so it'll still be a couple more weeks, but we definitely are getting close to determining what we're going to do.
Speaking of donations, you guys, you can still donate, and this is going to be an ongoing thing all year, right, Dan? Until is literally till next Trucking for Kids, right? Is it going to go that far?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So all you guys got to do is take your phone, have it in camera mode, scan the QR code. It'll take you right to the donation site directly. And in our name and on our behalf of Trucking for Kids, you will be donating. And we've had some pretty cool donations behind the scenes with the QR code, Dan. Do you want to, can we mention any of that? One of them was really cool to me. Sure. Okay. So one of them was made in the amount of 10-4, but it was $1,004.
We call that a big 10-4.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy. Yeah. So whoever that was, and it was anonymous too, 10-4.
Yep. I have no idea who did it.
No idea. So you know what? Thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and showing the love to Trucking for Kids and really to the kids. I mean, every bit of that money, every dime, right to the kids. So that QR code is available on the Trucking for Kids Facebook. I think I have it posted on Instagram as well. If I don't, I'll get it there for you guys. But you can just go to Trucking for Kids on Facebook, and it's right there waiting for you. So scan it, donate, and it'll go where it needs to go. Now that we're talking about Trucking for Kids, we're talking about let's talk about Irwindale a little bit, man. There's some stuff going on in Irwindale, California, at the Irwindale Speedway, and you want to break that story, Dan?
Well, yeah. For those who haven't been paying attention, there's been years ago there was drama about the track being sold, and they actually approved plans the city did to have a outlet mall built there. And but somehow that plan did not go through. The speedway was set to close, and then it didn't close. So there were a few years where the previous owners of the show went through this is our final year. I think they did that twice, and then it wasn't the final year because all those plans went away. But it was just announced a week ago, Monday or Friday, that the ground has been sold again. So the track is leased. The track is owned and leased by someone separately, and they lease the dirt. And so on Friday, somebody announced that that dirt was once again sold to a real estate developer that has plans to develop a big industrial complex there. And that seems like that's pretty legit. Now, no plan has been submitted to the city. No plan has been approved.
No
So we're a
timeline.
long,
Yeah.
no timeline. I think we're a long ways off from it. Really, I mean, the ultimate plan is to demolish the speedway and put in this big industrial park there. But I think a plan like this is going to take a long time to get in motion. So the track has been pretty dedicated that they have a multi-year contract. Nothing's going to change in the foreseeable future. I don't know the details about that, but I don't think it's going to affect our 2023 show in a negative way. In fact, it might be positive. This might actually bode well for us, maybe, to get more of the things that we want, like a whole weekend and maybe the weekend we want. And so I'm supposed to talk to the track here this week, which is half over now. So I guess tomorrow or Friday.
Tomorrow,
And
Friday. Yeah.
I'm hoping that, we could get a verbal commitment on the whole
Yeah.
weekend and possibly even get a weekend. So as soon as we have that, even remotely secured, we'll definitely announce that and start getting out some save the date calendar, cards and whatnot.
Yep.
Because that is our goal. And I know if we get a full weekend like we want next year, we're going to have just an amazing show. It'll be twice as big. We will absolutely fill the place. We'll raise twice as much money, and it'll be just awesome. We have a lot of great plans to make the racing better, bigger. So I think a lot of good things are going to happen, and just hopefully we can get another one of these events under our belt before they do decide to actually close it, and we have to start from square one and find a new location, which we're not opposed to doing. And if we outgrow this location, we're going to do that anyway. But
Yep.
we'd like to have another one there and end Irwindale on a really high note. So that's our hope. So we'll definitely keep everybody posted on that and be sharing our money raised and donated as soon as we can. But I'd really like to share it with Shriners first and then share it with everybody. But what a great year. I mean, the honest truth is we're going to probably donate twice as much as this show has ever donated, and we did it with the same amount of money raised and half the trucks. So I think that's a pretty big accomplishment. I think we did
Yeah.
I think the decisions we made on how to run it and who to partner with was really good. So I'm excited about that moving forward. And everybody who participated and came, and I know we've said it 100 times maybe already, but just thank everyone for coming. All the amazing vendors we had, all the amazing sponsors here. I'm wearing one right now.
Yes, sir.
SMT, Superior Modular Transport. He sponsored some trophies and a banner and gave us a nice donation. So thank you, Daniel Titus of Superior Modular Transport. Give you a little extra plug.
Get that plug in there.
Right. Got to get it in, man. Because these people, they really helped us get to where we needed to get to. And so we're excited about where it can go. And obviously there's a little drama there around the track, and it seems like there always is, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. And hopefully it won't affect us in a negative way, at least not this first year. So
I think Dan, what everything that you just shared with everyone, I like hearing it because of a couple of reasons, maybe more than that, but I like hearing about it because first of all, we're getting ahead of it. It's going to be a conversation everybody's going to be having. So, this year we had our stuff we had to handle out there for everybody to get it clear what was going on. And this year it's for 23, it's going to be about the track sold. Management says they've got a multi-year contract, and we'll see if that's the case. Either way, 10-4 and Trucking for Kids are going to be making plans to do what they need to do to make the best decisions for that show and racing and everything that goes on that weekend and moving forward. And you guys that are out there on the fence or coming back as sponsors, we are sure excited to have you. And the ones that are on the fence, guys, this is a great opportunity. Start thinking about that. Put 10-4. We'll put Trucking for Kids in your budget for next year and make it a part of what you do.
So I'm looking at the feed here, and obviously we've got Tim Sieben is in there, who's our truck show manager and a partner in the show with me with that, and say hello to him. And we got Gio May in here from Toys for Trucks. They were a great vendor out there. Thank you, Gio and Jennifer.
Oscar Velasquez,
a super drag truck winner. Thank you, Oscar.
Yep.
For being here. And John Jakes, a contributor. So yeah, we got some
If
good
John's in
deals.
here, Kim's in here somewhere nearby. Got to be right. I don't think they get too
Probably.
far apart, do they?
If you got one, you got them both, right,
That's
John?
right. I think so. Oh my gosh. Well, Dan, thanks for sharing the update on the track and Cody Davis in the house. Hey Cody,
Hey,
how'd you do, buddy? Man, Cody got some more iron not this weekend, last weekend. Cody, were you in Mayberry too this last weekend? I didn't know if you were there or where you were at, but I did see you picked up another trophy the weekend before. So that truck's going around making a name for itself, man.
Cody Davis was he cleaned up. He got our competitors and People's Choice best
Yes,
combo. So
yes, he did.
came down from Wyoming and just crushed it. So thank you for
Yeah.
coming, Cody.
Yeah, Tim Stevens, yeah, Las Vegas, right? Vegas. So CG Sosa was down there with him and they were having fun down there in Vegas. So did anything stay in Vegas or not? Or can you tell us?
They can't tell you.
Can't tell
It
me. All
stayed
right.
there. No.
I guess we still have from our apparel partner, Stay Loaded, we still have some TFK swag. We have some things that are available, right?
We do. We have a few. We have a few of the cups that we had made with the TFK graphic on it, and we have not those, but
But I
and we
like
also
these.
have some TFK official TFK 2022 shirts. So Tim and his wife April, and along with Gene, who you saw in Thread, will be at the Ontario, California, at the California Trucking Show here, not this weekend, but next. And they're going to have some of that stuff available for sale. And then Shannon and I will be out in Dixon, California, along with you, John.
Yes, sir.
A couple weeks after that, and we will have anything that's left. We'll have it for sale there as well.
Yep.
All of that will just go into the kitty,
Yep.
and
And
and also
we're gonna have the Trucking
Stay
for Kids
Loaded is
trailer.
Stay Loaded is also selling these TFK shirts, and all the money raised is going to go to us here in about a week or two, as soon as the month is over or whenever they decide to cut that off. So that's another donation we're looking forward to getting to add to the pot for this
Yep.
year. So one of
So
the reasons why we're kind of waiting to call. We're waiting for all this stuff to land. So
you guys are wondering what's going on. There's still a few events left, and I'm looking at them right here in the event calendar. And man, that's been a huge event calendar all year long. Have been so many truck shows, but we're down here now. And California Trucking Show, Dragging and Pulling in the Pines. That's another one coming up that 10-4 supports all the NASC guys, National Association of Show Trucks, down in Pine Valley Raceway, Lufkin, Texas. That's going on. Bobtail Apparels, that's the one we're going to be at with the Magini truck, the Godfather that pulls our Kentucky trailer for Trucking for Kids.
yep, we'll be
And
out there in full force for sure. Don't forget
so,
about Casey's show and shine for a special kind this weekend as well.
and that is right here, folks. Yeah, it's Casey right there. A-Slinger right there. Show and shine for a special kind. You guys want any more information on any of these shows? Just click on the highlighted links that are in every one of those posted show links, and you can find out what's going on there. I don't have any more information on anything that's happening right now in our Facebook page, because at the time I looked the last time, there wasn't anything posted for me to share with you. If I see anything, guys, I'll paste them up into our Facebook page, and you can catch the live updates there as well. So that way you guys know what's going on. Kevin Geltmaker, what's going on, buddy? He's saying hi to both of us, and
Hey, Kevin.
back to you, man. Back to you. Well, Dan, I think we pretty much got it all kind of nailed out. Exciting news all the way around. Good stuff with Trucking for Kids always, and our 10-4 day celebration. We got a winner, so we'll get Cindy's information, and we'll definitely get everything out to Cindy, and she'll be able to have some fun.
We've got Dwayne in here too from NRT.
I see that.
They were another amazing sponsor of TFK. Diamond level, if I remember right, which is pretty dang high. And appreciate them coming out and being vendors and sponsoring a trophy. And Dwayne, I hope you guys had a good time. I hope the show was good for you and that you'll be back. We'll definitely welcome you with open arms.
Absolutely. Not going to let Dan go without bringing our special guest into the show with us right now, all the way from Florida. And I'm not sure exactly where in Florida, but this guy doesn't need much of an introduction because I think a lot of you probably know him, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Bubba Branch, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, Bubba.
He's muted. Let me unmute him. You got your mic muted there, bud.
There we go. Is that better?
There you go. There's the man.
Guys,
What's
good
happening?
evening. How you guys doing?
We are good. How are you, man? I'm glad you
Good.
made it through the hurricane okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're out here in Lakeland, Florida. So we're about 2.5, 3 hours north of the biggest part of that destruction that came through down there in Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel Island, and all that. So yeah, we came out pretty good. The stuff we have is so minor, it's not even worth talking about, especially after seeing what those folks have been going through down south. So we were very blessed. Just a few tweaks here or there. My baby, not my wife, but my other baby, my Kenworth, fared very well through it. So she helped me secure that thing. So, but other than that, I mean, we were very, very blessed to come through with just a few minor things that happened. But the stuff down south is pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, I've got some pictures that Bubba sent over that we're going to share here in the second half. There, we're going to get Dan tucked away and on his way back to doing whatever Dan needs to do. Maybe that's just finishing up his beverage in his 10-4 mug. So, Dan, enjoy.
Good evening, Dan. Good to see you.
You too, Bubba. Glad everything went okay, and that you could share your unique perspective of being there with us. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you.
Hope to see you down the road at the show soon.
Absolutely.
John, thank you. Everybody else, happy 10-4 day late. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time. And as truck drivers, I hope that you appreciated yourself.
Yep. There you go. Absolutely. All right, Dan. Take care.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, my friend. Yeah. We had you lined up last week to come in the studio, and you sent me a text and said, "Hey, I'm getting set up right now," and then that was it. Nothing. So
that was literally about the time that everything just kind of started to fall apart. Weather-wise, that was when we started. The power was starting to flip here, and things were starting to go south, if you will. It was right about that time, and then from there, it was about 16 to 20 hours of just pounding. I mean, it was there was a few times that night I was questioning my decision to stay home. And I was born and raised here, John. So I've been through a many of them. Set through so many of them I can't even count, lost count. But this one just felt different. It just didn't feel right all the way through. All this we still have cell trouble today. Cell phone, even just around here, you'll run into spots where it's just dead for no reason. You don't know why, but then you figure out part of that cell tower that's in that area is still down. So there's still people in Lakeland that don't have power. But the real devastation, man, is down around Mayaca City, Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel. That's where that's where it came aboard. Venice, Sarasota is pretty bad. But the amount of devastation down there, man, is just incredible.
Well, and I mean, look, your signal right now is a little bit shaky. You got not quite the good quality signal that you normally do when we got you on the show. So it's definitely not all up to 100% yet. But considering what went on, the explanation, and some people they don't quite get how this stuff works, whether it's a hurricane, a tornado, flood, whatever. And in California, we don't really get that stuff. Now, that being said, during Trucking for Kids, we actually caught some of the tail end of the hurricane that came up through Baja and into California. So it brought the rain, it brought the humidity, it brought the heat, which was a very unique experience for us to go through. But what I've been through is a flood. I've been through a natural disaster before, and I've been through a flood. And like you, called to service after the disaster to bring my trucks into service and come in and help, get things back to normal.
Yes. Sir.
But the definition of how do you rate where, this disaster rates against any others that have come through your state or whatever. And in my case, we had a 500-year flood one time.
Right.
You guys experienced a 500-year storm.
Correct.
And my understanding of this is, to make sense of it, take 499 white marbles and throw them in a jar and one black one.
Correct. Yes,
Reach into the jar just randomly and pull that black marble out. There's your 500-year storm.
Yes, sir. And you can only pick one marble. So
Yeah, one marble, and that's it. Yeah,
one marble. And I
and
tell you, it was it just it's almost leaves me speechless thinking about the people down there. I was down there. I've had guys down there. I've had at least 3 to 5 drivers down in that area ever since the end of it. So I'm alternating on the guys in and out, so they get they get home in the evenings, and then we'll alternate send the other guys down there the next day, and we just been alternating them in and out like that. And the pictures that you have are from one of my drivers. His name is Blaine Stoddard, and he drives one of my day cabs for me. We call it Daydreamer. And yeah, I mean, this is actually on the road going to Sanibel Island. So I mean, and what once took us 2.5 hours, John, we could leave here and be in Fort Myers in 2.5 hours. Is now it's taking my guys 6.5 hours or better to get there. I mean, it's just everything's gridlocked. We don't really have the traffic down there is horrible. I mean, clearly, and but even 75 just up until I think it was Tuesday. Was it? I can't remember if it was a Monday or Tuesday, but even 75 was still shut down. Down around that area, down around Venice because of flooding. And I don't think I can ever recall a time in my lifetime that I've seen 75 shut down for flooding. I-75. So that that's one of the main corridors in and out of the state for us. So and down south and all that too. So we were having to take back roads, but even our back roads through Mayaca City and all those places were just flooded. The Peace River had to overflow its banks way over its banks. So it was just, I mean, it was gas stations that me and Jeremy were looking at the other day online that him and I stopped at a million times, traveling down that way, and they were just literally there was an F-350 in the parking lot, and it was up to the hood, on the F-350. So that tells you how much water.
And the shots that I've shown so far, along with this one, and I'm going to take a minute and say hi to Cindy. Cindy, congratulations, darling! You won yesterday's 10-4 contest. So congratulations, and we need to get your info. So private message me in our 10-4 magazine inbox, and let's get you hooked up. Um, these shots that I'm showing now that we're all looking at, and the
Yeah.
ones in the past now, these boats are on the side of the road. There's no water in sight. So how far are we from the water to where these boats are at?
Well, some of those, the water is a half a mile. I mean, and some of those are even further. Like I said, I was down there earlier in the week, and I was walking with one of the rescuers that was one of the guys. They rotate in crews, so I was with one of the guys that had been on that night, and he was off that morning. So him and I, and then there was a couple other people that were from the area, were walking around, and I happened to walk up on a 40-foot sailboat that was about suspended about 20 feet in the air, kind of leaning and resting on some pylons. To which, of course, I asked, man, because I kind of thought it was a little weird. There was really no water where I was standing, and he said, no, this boat belongs 2 miles down the road. So I don't know what that boat weighed, John, but a 40-foot sailboat that far down the road, and what it was resting on was what was once a building. So all
Yeah.
that was left of it was just these pylons that were still in the ground. And then this boat came to rest on that, and that kind of put it in perspective, or can put it in perspective to you guys as to what is going on down there. And then also there was a gentleman down there that he had lived on Sanibel Island for 35 years, and just recently, because the cost down here for insurance is outrageous. So you can look at it two different ways. You can blame the guy for not having flood insurance. You can say he was dumb or this or that, but he's been there for 35 years, so it simply got too costly to keep the flood insurance. So he dropped it, like you said, John. It was a 500-year flood.
Yeah,
Once in a
500 year.
500-year
Yeah.
flood.
Yep.
So he gambled. He told his wife, well, it's either sell our house, and he'd been there for so long, or get rid of flood insurance. So they got rid of it. Well, lo and behold, look what happened. He tried to ride it out. He almost didn't make it. His dog that was with him, passed away in the flood that night. But at one point, there was 4 to 6 foot of water in his house, so he had to evacuate during the storm. Winds were well in excess of 150 miles an hour. So he said he got out. They walked over through the water to the house next door, which was up on stilts. And they wound up riding it out upstairs, and they got rescued like 3 or 4 days later on that particular house. And man, something just to think about. I'd like to say thank you if there's any first responders that's been here. There's people been coming from all over the country, but the linemen, the electrical guys that's been coming in flooding into our state. We are so grateful here in the state of Florida, and I absolutely do speak for everybody when I say thank you. because it's been an overwhelming response. We've had our governor here has just been phenomenal, and he has their response, bringing in the amount of people that he has. I mean, there's people here, John. We were out of power last hurricane here at my house for I think like 16 days, and so this time we cruised right on through it. And my buddy Jeremy was out of power for like 6 hours. That kind of stuff. So, but the amount of first responders that are down there looking for people and have rescued hundreds of people are it's just incredible. So
I agree 100. Excuse me, I agree 100%, and I certainly second your thanks and appreciation for the first responders that are out there. I remember seeing some pictures of linemen and different PUC public utility people that were lined up and staged and
yes, sir.
ready before it even hit. These people were
Yes,
ready to
sir.
go and get needed power restored back to
Yep.
the residents there in Florida. And I just thought, um, listen, I live in a state where we're not exactly all that we should be in some regards in that respect, especially when it comes to disasters and fires and different things. We get there,
Sure.
but man, to be set up the way these guys were, I just got to get hats off to them. And I'm not
Yeah.
taking nothing from anything about our first responders here because
Oh,
they're
no,
right
sir.
on. They do their job. It's just
Absolutely.
it's the bureaucracy sometimes that they have to go through to get there to do the job. I think is what
Yes,
I'm
sir. Yeah, and I understand that. And also one other thing too is there's a couple of hospitals down south. I don't want to leave out the hospital workers, the nurses and the doctors because I got to tell you they saved a lot of lives. So and then they also worked through that storm and then came home to nothing. Many of them did.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal too. I don't think those people get all the respect that they need and the thank yous for them too. But I'm telling you, man, walking around down there or just driving through there now is just. I was down in Louisiana, New Orleans. When everybody compares it to Katrina, it was around my age because we were down there for a couple of months, or off and on. And the amount of devastation here is just as bad, if in some spots not even worse than what we experienced in Katrina, and we all know what that did. So I just my heart goes out to everybody that's down there. We've been in and out of there. I mean, running around the clock. We worked all through the weekend, and I'm not saying this as we're victims because we're not. We're just grateful to be able to get on there and help and try to bring in equipment, which is what we've been doing, rotating stuff in and off the island. Just I've had 2 guys working down there all day, every day since it ended. And we'll be down there just after I had a meeting this evening. We'll be down there all next week, already locked in, probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So the amount of stuff that's needed down there, we're nowhere near even there. I mean, as far as to say we're getting close to where they got enough stuff, no way.
No, I'm going to go back to this photo right here. I think this photo tells a story. I mean,
Correct.
you got stuff like this going on that you're going to have to deal with,
Yes.
and I mean,
yeah. And that's the road. That road there actually leads to Sanibel Island. So that tells you from Fort Myers. That tells you. I mean, that's all you need right there. I mean, that's a big boat, John.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be there.
No, hey, you can't park there.
No, man.
So, yeah.
So I mean, look, the national news has done a hell of a job, I think, of covering and getting out and seeing what's going on and what it really looks like. I mean, the day of, the day after that. But I think we all have anybody that's been following along, we have a clear view of what's going on down there. And I'm glad you're down there and you're part of the process to make it all better, man.
Yes, sir. We are. We're working hard with these people, and we will stay there as long as it takes. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and a lot of my trucking family is what I call them. You included, John. So I'm grateful.
Thank you.
I just some of them I've been working 24 hours a day, so I apologize I haven't got back in a timely manner, but I'm grateful. My family's grateful. Everybody we come in contact with are just extremely grateful. So thank you all for checking in on us. And yes, we made it through great. And like I said, the things we got, and they're nothing. They're nothing.
Yeah.
We'll blow right through that. So we're just extremely grateful.
Let's end on a positive note. What's coming up on 2023, man? You got some stuff in the works?
Yes, we got some big things coming, John. I'm excited about it. So I'm looking forward to showing off the changes. Of course, I kind of lied to my wife. I promised I never would. But when I told her we were done, she knew I was full of poop. We weren't
Wait a
done.
minute.
So.
Truckers don't lie. They just
Yeah.
exaggerate and embellish a little bit. A little bit.
So we got some big things coming along. We are going to try to, if nothing happens, we're going to try to make it out to Pulling in the Pines and out in Texas here. In a few weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Looking forward to that. I cannot lie to you about that. Looking forward to getting, and then the truck goes in the shop, and so we're gonna cut it up again, and then looking forward to Matt's. Looking forward to the beginning of next year. So that's when it really takes hold. You see the lights.
We're still talking trucking for kids, even though it's a few weeks behind us, but we've got a lot of stuff we want to get worked out, and then I just know where we're going. It's going to be all about Mid-America here before we know it, man.
It will be. Yeah, I mean, you look around. I can't believe we're in the second week of October, aren't we?
We're still first. We're first week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but we're close. I mean,
don't shut us out of any we got coming yet, man.
Right, exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm surprised the way the time's flying by. Before you know it, we'll be January and looking forward to Louisville. So that's where we're at. We got some things in the works. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to showing everybody. We're going to chop it up again and see what we come out with. We'll make it better, improve some things, make some things better, show some different stuff. You always got to mix it up. One of my good friends, Mr. Williams, told me. He said, Jamie Williams said, you got to bring your best every time, or don't come at all. So
that's Louisville, baby. But that's kind of the whole thing there. Look at Dan the man already. Matt's 2023, man. It's already there.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Hashtag Matt's 2023. Yes, it's already happening, man. It's crazy when you think about it. But and listen, man, you've been doing this for a while too. I mean, we met a few years back in Dallas, and that's where it kind of all started for you, me, 10-4, and together, kind of hanging and talking. But was this just the biggest show year ever? I think it was, wasn't it?
It was definitely for me and my family. It absolutely was. But I think across the board, yeah. I mean, it was. We obviously had some ones that we missed. Mayberry up there missed the show because, obviously with the storm and stuff, I couldn't leave my guys and my house and stuff. It just goes without saying, and my company too. So that, and then we were just been so busy with work. Thank God we've been that busy that But there was so many more that we wanted to do. We just simply couldn't do them. Just for rather be running the business or just life in general. You just. Sometimes
there's no way.
This has been the biggest year that I can ever think of.
Yeah, there's no way to do. I mean, you really got to pick and choose where you're going to go and where you can go and really make it count, because there's so many. And listen, no one is less than another. It's just where you can be when it's happening. And boy, I mean, look, those are the decisions we have to deal with all year long, and where can we go? Where can we be at? And that's why we have a great network of people that are able to get out there and represent 10-4 and cover shows and generate show reports for us when we, Dan and Shan and myself or whoever, is not going to be out there. There's other people that are going to be out there, and Stephanie and Eric, and, we get spread out. Now we've got some other folks in there helping along the way too, that just, make great representation for us to help try to cover as much as possible. So we'll see what happens in 2023. It's going to be interesting. I mean, are there going to be all the shows that were here this year back next year? I don't have a crystal ball, man. But we'll find out. It's going to happen soon enough. We'll know.
Yep.
We will know. Listen, man, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for being you, buddy. You always do a good job. Make us all look good. You know that.
John, appreciate it very much, man. It's always a pleasure. I love the hell out of you. So my 10-4 family, everybody else out there, thank you all. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Absolutely. You take care of your family, Crystal, everybody in the background there. Somebody's working the keyboard. Take care. All right. All right. We'll be in touch soon.
Good to see you guys.
You too. Bye-bye. Love that guy. Just certain people in the industry that you just can't help but enjoy talking to, and makes you feel good when you get around Bubba, and loved seeing him at Matt's this year, man. I'll never forget walking up to him at his truck, and he was bundled up and, just hugging I think a blanket, a parka, a jacket, and whatever else you could get. and just looking at me, and he says, "Man," he says, "John, we ain't built for this weather." Boy, he nailed that one. I'm telling you, man, it's very true. We are not. Oh man, because it was cold that day. The wind, it was just very cold. So, but you know what? We got through it, and it was a great show, and I look forward to whatever heck happens in 2023 at Mid America. We'll be ready for it. It'll be happening. So, thanks to everybody, Four State Trucks. You guys be sure, and if you need anything cool for your truck, get a hold of fourstatetrucks.com online. Look up the boss man, Mr. Brian Martin himself, and the Chrome Shop Mafia over there. Miss Julia just tuning in here as we're getting ready to say goodbye. But hi, honey, how are you? Again, thanks to 10-4 Magazine, of course, for absolutely being part of yesterday, and the biggest part of yesterday was you guys for joining in and making it fun in the celebration of 10-4 Day. But 10-4 Magazine for putting up all the cool stuff. The 10-4 bucks right there, Cindy. If you're still watching, honey, there you go. That's what you're going to get right there. That's part of it. You get that and that big $100 bill. That's $104. 10-4 bucks. You're going to be available to get a hold of me later, or just give me your information, PM me, and I'll get everything together so we can get that out to you. But there's a bunch of cool stuff coming your way from us and from Four State Trucks. So appreciate them for partnering with us and making it happen. Look forward to what's coming up soon. We got the Bobtail Apparel Truck Show coming up. That is going to be coming up here soon. I've got this here somewhere in my sights. There it is. That is going to be the October 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and that is in Dixon at the Dixon May Fairgrounds. And you can go to our page, 10-4magazine.com, and check out the bobtailapparel.com link on there. Click on it. It'll get you all the latest up-to-date information if you want to get entered in the show and be a part of it, whatever you want to do. But we hope we see you there, dragging and pulling in the pines for your folks that are going to be over in Pine Valley in Lufkin, Texas, and that's the Pine Valley Raceway in Lufkin, Texas. Be sure and check that out. That is a NAST event. That is National Association of Show Trucks. Good friends of us here at 10-4, and we appreciate those guys. They do a great job, and we hope they have much success at that show, and that's going to be their last one for the year as well. So, all right, y'all, listen, it's been fun. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Happy 10-4 day after. Keep the shiny side up. Stay safe this weekend. Look to see you guys next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, by the way, got something special. We're going to have Miss Stephanie in the show with Casey Aislinger. So we will have the two ladies in the show next week, the Diesel Addict and Casey, talking about shows. One of them, Stephanie, was at Mayberry this weekend. And of course, the upcoming show for Casey and her folks is Show and Shine for a Special Kind. And that's actually coming up this weekend. So it's a good thing I got that out before I said goodbye to you all. And that is that we want you to check that out too. That's going to be at Mineral Area College in Park Hills, Missouri. So check it out. And the link again is over on our page, 10-4magazine.com. If you guys are thinking about going to that one, it is a Show and Shine for a Special Kind. It's benefiting autistic children. So take it easy, you guys. I will look forward to seeing you next week. We'll get some cool input from the ladies of the network out there and Team 10-4. And we'll see you. Have a great weekend. Take care. Till then, stay safe.